Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppers. Today checking out another beer that I got from Brewed, the great Dutch web shop that's been supplying this channel for quite a few years with awesome beers. So thanks a ton to Brewed for the beer. Link for the shop is down below. This is another beer from the States. This is another beer from Barrique, Brewing and Blending, a brewery that I think is really fantastic. I love their wild beers and their lagers. And this is another lager, and this is their Pivo Harmonie 11, a 11 Plato Czech style pale lager, also known as Světlý Ležák. So this one is 4.8%. Total production time with lagering and everything is 9 weeks. That's quite some time. It's brewed with Czech grown Pilsner malt. It's triple decocted and hopped with Czech Harmonie hops from Nashville, Tennessee. So I really love these guys' beers. They're fantastic. I really liked everything I've had. I recently had their Citra Grisette, which was just amazing. So this features a fairly new Czech hop called Harmonie, which is from, it's from the Czech Republic, but it's bred off of Saaz. So 60% of the DNA in this hop is Saaz, but it's a bit more modern than Saaz. So they say that it has lemon and fruity characteristics, some lime, but you also get sweet kind of fruity fruit notes, such as pineapple, passion fruit, peach, watermelon, and then top notes of honey and cream caramel, which is really interesting. But you also have some of the classic kind of spicy notes and whatnot that you get from something like Saaz. Also, I like how Bad Haas have these flavor wheels, so you can see what's really most dominant is sweet fruit, it says, and then comes the cream caramel, and then equal parts of woody notes. It also says berry, a little bit, equal woody notes to citrus, and then we got like the softer notes, there's like green fruit, berries, vegetal, grassy, haze, stuff like that. And like it seems like it hits pretty much a lot of the parameters, but this will be interesting. So a modern Czech hop trying to be a little bit more tasting like New World hops. I know there's a lot of breeding with hops in Europe where they're trying to do this, and some of them are pretty good, but there's also a lot that definitely still seem a lot like their classic counterparts. But some of our favorite hops are bred off classic European hops. So yeah, that's how it is. Let's check this one out. So Pivo Harmonie 11 Plato, that is the original gravity of the beer. So pours a nice, slightly hazy golden yellow color in the glass. It's not like it's super hazy. There's just a little bit of sedimentation. It's got a white head that was a bit more frothy when I poured it out. It's a bit more bubbly now, but it looks nice. Let's check out the aroma. Yeah, it smells really nice. It's definitely got a spiciness that I think of when I think of Saaz, like really black peppery, but I totally see like some sweeter citrus fruity notes. It's got a little bit more of a bright fruitiness. It's definitely also got some nice robustness to it. Like that decoction really did something in terms of producing like a rich malt character. But although it's triple decocted, at least on the aroma, it's not like as intense as using like a lot of Munich malts in like lagers. Not a lot, but like Munich malt gives even more like robust breadness, kind of like the Franconian way. I know a lot of Franconians, they also like decoct, but you get some robustness because of that. I'm also definitely picking up on the grassy notes and actually the cream caramel. But mostly it's actually classic, like Czech hop I'm getting, like grassy, slightly citrusy. But then with like delicate touches of like grapefruit or something too. It smells really nice though. Let's try it. Cheers. And thanks a ton to Brewed for the beer. Oh, really refreshing. Really tasty. It's definitely grapefruity, but there is a lot of like, there it comes, bitterness and spice. There's definitely a lot of classic like Czech hop flavor about it. I'm definitely getting a lot of bitter, spicy black pepper as you get with Saaz. But it's more fruity than Saaz, that's for sure. Really crisp, really crushable, really good bitterness. It actually feels, well, there is that melanoidiny robustness to it, but it's lighter. Like decocting a beer that's rich in malt will make it even richer. A beer like this where the malt canvas is probably just a Czech grown Pilsner malt, just all, and then it's decocted. So that's why it's not going to feel as like robust. It's definitely more robust, but it doesn't feel as robust as like if you decocted some beers with like a more layered grist. But that's not something I think you need in Pilsners and pale lagers and whatnot. Like what I love is the crushability and brightness of just Pilsner malts. And I love when you get that slight edge of depth from either a touch of other malts just lightly or like this decoction. It's really bitter too. It feels like at least 40 IBUs. Like really drying bitterness. Fairly fluffy in the mouth too. It's quite grapefruity. I'm also getting a lot of woody notes in the aftertaste. Like it's really like loads of black pepper, but it's really grapefruity and really woody too. It's definitely different than Saaz and some of the classic Czech hops. But what's also funny is like Joe often and Giles Arcade talks often about the Euro funk. This has that Euro funk where you get like that biting, bitter, and noble hop flavor that is like just quintessentially European. You really taste a lot of that heritage. But they talk about some really bright flavors that I'm not really picking up. Otherwise, like then it's like way in the back. Just briefly, it's like if there's like the sweeter fruitiness, it's just there on the palate. Like you just take a sip, and then the first wave that hits you is like some of those upfront bright malty flavors and the lemony notes and grapefruit. Then there's a touch of sweet fruit, and then it just goes into like bitter, really spicy, and like woodsy, even like herby aftertaste. Well, it's funny, the pineapple, passion fruit, peach, like all these things I'm not really picking up. I guess it also depends on how you use the hop. But I'm not really, like if I drank this wine, I'd probably think it was Saaz. It was just like, oh, it's got some nice fruitiness for Saaz, I'd probably say. But what's dominating is really nice bitterness and spice. It's really good. 92, I think. Maybe even a small 93. It's just so refreshing and so nicely layered with hop character. Like, arguably, I should have drunk this fresher, but it's been in my fridge the entire time since I got it. So I think it's definitely doing better than other styles would at this age, but I'm sure maybe some of those kind of more fruity flavors could have shown a bit more or been shining a bit more if the beer was fresher. But otherwise, it's still just really good stuff. So yeah, if you guys had a chance to try the Barrique Brewing and Blending Pivo Harmonie 11 Czech style pale lager, let me know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page, Twitter, and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm gonna say cheers and thanks a ton to Beer Dome for the beer, and see you guys in another beer review.